Hi guys, welcome to another video of Vibing with Via. So a lot of persons have been saying to me, Via, you're cooking, but I don't see you making anything that's more breakfast-like for us and all. So today I decided that I'm going to be making some plantain and oats porridge. So I do have some oats here. Unfortunately, this is well, it's old-fashioned oats. It cooks quickly, but some persons may opt to use quick oats in this fashion. Rolled oats would have been really ideal for me, or steel cut oats, but I'm just working with what I have in the pantry. As you can see, it's a package that was already opened. I do not have any coconut, and so I couldn't make coconut milk from scratch, but I do have me some Maggie coconut milk here that was in my cupboard, and of course from the cool hills of St. Catherine I received me some green plantains. You see how this look fit and firm and ready for the do? Yeah, man. So I'm going to be using this green plantain here. So for starters, I am going to be putting some cinnamon leaf in some water and setting this on the stove top to boil while I prep the other ingredients. So I have the plantains that I've basically just cut in smaller pieces. I've placed this in the Vitamix, and I'm going to actually be pulsing this for a little bit so that the pieces can become very fine. Of course, this is how I do it. I'm going to be adding the coconut milk to the mix now. In addition to that, I'm going to be adding the oats also to this mix. All right, that's good. I want you to notice the thickness of this mixture. This is really and truly what we want. I don't want anything that's watery. I just want it to come with this thick enough consistency. And this is a part of the reason I added the coconut milk from now. Also, it will give the plantain that flavor, and it will also give the oats that flavor, because green plantain, as you know, can be very bland unless you fry it and press it and then add salt. By itself, it's just bland, right? It's a nice staple, but just bland. Oats is the same thing. When you're cooking oats, you want to add a tip of salt. So it's very important for me to allow these two ingredients to soak up this coconut goodness, and then I'm gonna take it to the next step. Look at that, creamy and nice. This is exactly what we want to see coming through. Now that we have our water here boiling, the next step is for me to add just a little bit of salt, nothing more than that, to the mix. Water is boiling. I'm gonna spin this around a little bit, and then I'm going to be throwing in what is the porridge mix, and I'm going to allow that to cook. All right, so I'm just stirring in that mixture into the pot, as you can see. And as I do that, I am mixing it around, because a big part of this is that we want our porridge to be smooth. It's a very big part of it. So I'll continue to do this until I have the entire mixture in the pot. So one of the things that you have to do when you're making this porridge is to continuously stir the mixture. All right, so one, you don't want it to be sticking to the bottom of your pot, and these bubbles that you see being formed here, you have to be very careful with them, because they will pop and they will burn you. And the hottest bun that you will ever hottest bun that you will ever feel in life is a porridge bun. You definitely don't want that to be a part of your experience. So continuously stir this mixture to eliminate these air pockets, basically, and of course to ensure that it becomes smooth and creamy. Want an arm workout? This is definitely what you want to be making, porridge. All right, so porridge is here. If you look at it, you can see the consistency, that it's thick and creamy. Now I'm going to be adding to this mix some vanilla, about 1 teaspoon. So we're flavoring this porridge now. Also going to be adding a little bit of rose water. Some persons skip this step with the rose water, but I quite like the taste of it. So that's 1 teaspoon of rose water as well. Ooh, smell that. And of course, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of almond essence. When all of these flavors marry together, it's something absolutely phenomenal. But look at that porridge. Notice how smooth it is. That is the kind of consistency that you want. All right, in addition to this, I'm coming in with some nutmeg. Right, mixing this around. Again, this is for the flavor. By the way, in terms of like the nutmeg, I just eyeball it, you know. When a voice says stop, that's when I stop. So we continue to mix this around, and then the last step is that I'm gonna be sweetening it. I'm in now with some evaporated milk. At this stage, some persons use condensed milk. You can choose to do that. You know, evaporated milk is a little bit watery, which is why I, for one, am not a big fan. But you also have to be mindful of your household. You know, who are you preparing this meal for? I'd rather not go in with the condensed milk, because condensed milk, as you know, is just pretty much what? Sugar. Pure sugar, right? So you can add a little bit of condensed milk to this if you use the evaporated milk, or if you want to add a little bit more sweetness, you could go in with some granulated sugar. But for me right now, I'm just using the evaporated milk, and remember that the coconut milk was already there. So I will allow this to cook through probably for another 10 minutes, just for it to come back to the consistency that I am desirous of, right? For this to just boil up again, and then we're good to go. I'm gonna show you how I am plating up this porridge. Literally, this porridge is ready. If you notice, you can see the porridge just thickening up again. So for some persons, this is the consistency that they like it. For me, I just want it to be a tad bit thicker, so I'm gonna leave it to thicken up a little bit more. But this is ready. You know the porridge is ready too, because if you notice, the porridge is not looking as dark as it was looking in the beginning. It's a little bit lighter right now. Please, nobody not come with a carnage joke about the porridge bleach. Don't even bother try that. But the bottom line is that the porridge is ready when you see it start to look a little bit lighter. All right, that's how you know that the ingredients are fully cooked. So this is it. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to plate this up, and I'm going to show you what I serve my porridge with. You know, some persons choose bread, some persons choose. That's what I'm going to be using. I'll show you what's next. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cinnamon fanatic like me, you would just go ahead and add the cinnamon stick right here to the porridge, as well as you could top this off with some Excelsior Water Crackers, the cinnamon flavor. You could have used the original one as well. That's also fine, but this is me, extra cinnamon flavor. Just love it. All right, so bon appetit. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. This is my plantain oat porridge via style. This is how I make it. You can let me know how you make your porridge, and you can also let me know how it turned out, right? So remember now, hit that post notification bell at the top of the screen so you can be alerted every single time I post a video. All right guys, over and out.